Hello and welcome back to Your Dental Health with Dr. Margaret Ames. You can reach me at my office at 631-261-4525. The mission of the show is to tell you about a new paradigm shift in dentistry called biomimetic dentistry. It means it mimics life. And also for you to experience more comfortable and less invasive dentistry. As I promised in the first segment of the show, we have an exciting guest with us today. It's Hockey Hall of Famer Clark Gillies, 4-time Stanley Cup winner. Welcome, Clark. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Hey, Peggy. It's good to be with you.
Thanks. I met Clark 17 years ago through our mutual friend Gary Pezza when Clark was the Citizen of the Year for the Townwide Fund of Huntington. Clark is really deserving of this honor. He has his own foundation, as well as giving tremendous support to the Huntington Hospital Pediatric Unit and Pediatric Emergency Room. He's smart, he's nice, he's kind, he's generous, and he's really good-looking. Welcome, Clark.
Well, isn't that a wonderful introduction? It's great to be with you, Dr. Ames, Peggy. Glad to be part of your show.
Thank you. So tell us about your involvement with the Huntington Hospital.
Well, I guess shortly after I moved back to Long Island, I spent my last couple of years of my career in Buffalo, New York, playing for the Sabres. And when I moved back here in 1990, I was doing a lot of charity work with a lot of different organizations on Long Island, as I always did, even when I was playing here. And I guess around 1998, decided to start my own foundation, the Clark Gillies Foundation, and we raised a few dollars every year, and we finally decided we were going to make a little bigger commitment. And at that time, around 2000, 2001, the Huntington Hospital was doing a $40 million expansion. So, excuse me, we went to the hospital and asked them what we could do to help them make a difference in the unit, and in the pediatric unit, that is, and they were going to put a 6-bed oncology unit in there, which got bypassed, and we were going to donate $250,000 to that effort. When they got canceled, I had a meeting with Ron Godrow, the president of the hospital, the CEO of the hospital at that time, and the head of development, Bob Matola, and they asked me, being that the oncology unit had gotten canceled or put off the mark, they asked me if I would donate $1 million to build the Clark Gillies pediatric unit at Huntington Hospital, and it took me about 5 seconds to say yes. And so we embarked on a major fundraising plan by way of golf tournaments, bowling tournaments with the foundation, and we were able to complete in 5 years our gift of $1 million to the hospital, and then again went on and decided, what more can we do to help pediatrics at Huntington, and we donated another $225,000 to create the pediatric emergency facility, which we are very proud of because it keeps children out of the mainstream emergency room, which can be a little hectic at times, and those two things are running smoothly at Huntington Hospital, and we're very proud of that effort.
That's fantastic. Now, if people wanted to know more about your foundation, how would they find out?
Well, you can simply go on www.clarkgillies.org, and we've got a pretty informative website there, as some of the events that we've done in the past, some of the organizations that we donate money to. We also give money to a preschool for kids with cancer called the Morgan Center, which is located in Hicksville. And at the present time, we are donating money to the Ascent School in Deer Park, which is a school for kids with autism. So we not only do work for Huntington Hospital, but we're able to give some nice gifts to a couple other organizations located here on the island as well. But most information that you need is as I said, on our website, clarkgillies.org. So you can go in there and take a look.
Great. Well, you can bet that when I met you and you were Citizen of the Year, when you said, you know what, I'm going to call your office and make an appointment, I was thrilled. That was really exciting. Can you tell me and tell our listeners why did you choose our office, and what do you get about the experience there?
Well, certainly you came highly recommended from some other people that I had met at that particular function, and I was looking at that time. I really did not have a dentist I could call my own, and I to be frankly honest, my dental habits were probably lacking. I was sort of afraid of the dentist when I was growing up as a kid. I know it sounds funny that I would be afraid of getting a needle or something like that, but I think it was like every other child growing up. It was not the most pleasant part of dentistry for me, or most other kids for that matter. And I just kind of made a commitment at that time. I was finished playing hockey. I was done. I hoped I was done getting, teeth chipped and broken and this and that from playing hockey. So I decided to take a little more care of my teeth. And as luck would have it, I was introduced to you, and we went on a pretty regimented dental program, which almost 20 years later now, we maintain, and I'm very happy with the results. So, like as I said, the recommendations of the work that you had done with other guys that I knew was an easy decision for me, and certainly I've been a benefactor of coming to see you for the last 20 years.
That's great. And Cindy, and now you only see Cindy. I mean, you don't need me much anymore because everything is stable.
Well, you have done a great job with getting my teeth in shape, and now it's really maintenance and going to see Cindy every 3 months to get my cleanings, and just making sure that I stay on top of my teeth has been wonderful for me, because thanks to you and Cindy, for the most part, I don't slip into the bad habits that I used to have, and which has helped me maintain good dental hygiene and keep my teeth strong the way they should be.
Well, I really love how actively you participate in your care. Like, you're just not another pretty face. You're just like, you want to know, like, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? What does that mean? And that's the way I like to practice. Thank you, Clark, for being there.
Well, I think you're just for people out there. I mean, Dr. Ames doesn't fix something and leave it alone. What I've noticed with you is that it's not every time I go for my cleanings, but I think it's every second time I'm there. After the cleaning, you come in and check on the work that you've done, make sure that nothing has relapsed, so to speak, and able to. But as with everything else, I think an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So,
yeah,
you stay on top of things before they get bad, and which I think alleviates a lot of really serious care that a lot of people do because they don't pay attention.
If you've just tuned in, you're listening to Your Dental Health. I'm Dr. Margaret Ames. You can reach me at 631-261-4525. We're talking to Hockey Hall of Famer, 4-time Stanley Cup winner, Clark Gillies. Clark actually let me touch one of his Stanley Cups. It was so exciting. Stanley Cup rings. It was really great. Clark, I tell the story sometimes, and I know there's HIPAA laws against saying who your patients are and what you do for them, but thank you for allowing me to say that, because when people see your jersey in my office framed for a donation to the Townwide Fund, they say, "Oh, are you a hockey fan?" I say, "I'm just a Clark Gillies fan."
Well, you can use my name anywhere you like.
All right.
I'm very happy with what's happened since I've been going to see you, and any chance I get, I always refer you and the rest of your girls. You got a great staff over there, and
thank
you. From Marion on back to all you girls, and I really enjoyed my experience going to the dentist.
That's great. I just want to tell a story about when you had an implant, and that process, the implant has to integrate with your bone, and it takes time, and then you go back to the oral surgeon, and then I restore the implant. And I remember when you came in, and I couldn't get the cover, the temporary cover that the oral surgeon put in, and I just, my fingers weren't strong enough, and you said, "Let me have that thing," and you unscrewed the cover yourself. Because Dr. Palomini had screwed it in, and he's so strong himself, and you got it undone for me.
I'm not sure quite how that happened, but it was a tough deal to do it. I remember, let me try that. And I just reached in my mouth, and I guess maybe for some reason my hands are a little stronger than yours, and I was able to pop that off. But I was thinking of some of the experiences that I've had going to see you, and that's really the only implant that I've really had. And for all those people out there that may be, somewhat afraid of that type of oral surgery, you sent me to a great surgeon in Dr. Palomini, and I was really skeptical. I thought this whole experience was going to be horrible, and I couldn't believe how simple it was when I went to see Dr. Palomini. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of cutting. There's going to be this. There's going to be that, and
well, I hate to cut you short.
To my surprise, it was so smooth. It was unbelievable.
Great. Well, Clark, thanks so much for joining me. This is Dr. Margaret Ames with Your Dental Health. You can reach me at 631-261-4525 or email me at drames@drames.com. Thank you, and have a great rest of the weekend.